Chatham, G. George, Alma Haley. Come in, Doug Fred.
Doug.
My favorite lawyer, Douglas K. Fred.
It's about 2 o'clock, so why don't we get started? I feel like Jerry Springer with this thing, yeah? I'd like to welcome everybody here today for this wonderful presentation to the court in honor of Ebb. Ebb and I go back 34 years?
Long time.
Almost 35. He was dumb enough to give me a job. And so one whole summer I was his law clerk, and all I did for 2.5 months was work on a restrictive covenant case. And so I'd write the brief and I'd give it to Ebb, and he'd say, okay, that's good. Go do it again. So that's what I did all summer, but I had a good time doing it. But I learned something very important, which is the importance of doing things right. So Ebb, I'm going to give you a copy of, your very own copy of Fred Foley, who later went to prison for killing his wife, but we won't go into that one.
Thank you, Judge Williams. I'm Gail, and thank you so much for coming. We're just so grateful that you're here, and so grateful for everything you mean to so many different people. Oh, and thank you also to all those who work so diligently and for so long to bring this wonderful day for me to come to pass, and then this beautiful work of art. Terry Mitchell. It was quite a few years ago, and our children and I talked about presenting to the court, Judge Williams, the 21st Judicial Circuit, Martinsville, Henry County, Patrick County, a lectern. And Terry designed, handcrafted, hand-turned, and everything to make this beautiful lectern. And of course, it is in honor of Ebb and the senior lawyers of Martinsville and Henry County and Patrick County. Our children were not able to be with us today, so I brought their pictures. Oh, let me see what else I was going to say. Well, it's a lot easier to talk in the shower than it is before a group.
Thank you, Gail.
Yes, I'll ask you.
Speech.
Put a time limit on it.
Well, this is really a wonderful occasion. If I could, I want to go back to the year 2000. It was our millennium year. 2000 was a good year for me and a bad year for me. I'll tell you the bad first. You know, growing up, I had played football, I had ridden horses, I had horses roll over on me, I had water skied, I had done about everything under the sun. And even Gail and I got caught in a killer hurricane in the Caribbean and survived that. Me with just the clothes on my back, although she had all her luggage, so she came out pretty well. Yeah, but anyway, on April 30, 2000, I was walking in my backyard, kind of like walking in the park, and I stepped on a hole, and I broke my right leg very badly. So I had to go in to have surgery, invasive surgery. And anyway, when I was returned home and from the hospital and was recuperating, got a call from Richmond, from the Virginia State Bar, and a wonderful lady, and she said, I want to congratulate you. You have been selected to be the 14th lawyer from Virginia to receive the Tradition of Excellence Award. And we're going to present that to you at the annual meeting at Virginia Beach this June. I said, this June? When this June? Well, 4th or 5th or 6th this June. I said, well, you know, I just got out of the hospital. I got this apparatus on my leg, and I got crutches and whatever. And she said, well, all right, we'll take care of that. We'll send an ambulance for you and haul you from Martinsville to Virginia Beach. And I said, gosh, that'd be embarrassing. Pull up in the ambulance. So I said, I'll get there somehow. And dear Gail, she drove me down there with my crutches. I couldn't touch down, and it was really a challenge. But anyway, I started out in my speech, and I said this. I said, I have fallen in love twice in my life. The first time was when I was in college, and I met a lovely, lovely co-ed, University of Richmond co-ed, named Gail Gowdy. We fell in love, and we married on December 31, 1960. Now, we just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary this December just passed. And I said the other love that I had, and the other love affair I had, was with the law. I entered law school and absolutely fell in love with the law and the study of the law. And after being in law school for 3 years, I went into the practice of law, and now I practice law for 47 years. So 47 plus 3 is 50 years. So both of these love affairs have lasted 50 years. And I was thinking today that those two love affairs are culminating right here today in this beautiful courtroom with all you wonderful people here. And I thought, Gail told me about this lectern that Terry Mitchell has crafted and worked many years on, and I didn't learn about this until recent time. It's been going on for a long time, and it's just magnificent in every way. And I thought, how should I really describe what this really is? And I thought about the Romance poets of the early 19th century England. My favorite poet of the six was a poet by the name of John Keats. Now, John Keats lived a very short life, but he was a very prolific poet. Sadly, he died of tuberculosis at 25, but between the ages of 14 and 25, he wrote some of the finest English poetry that's ever been created in this world. Now, I like a lot of his poetry, but my favorite of all is 4,000 lines long. 4,000 lines long. And no, Betty, I'm not going to read all 4,000 lines. Now, the name of the poem is Endymion. And the first line is absolutely magnificent, a very simple line. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This thing of beauty will be a joy forever as long as there is a court system in Henry County, and as long as there is a Henry County. And my beautiful wife will live in memory forever.
And now Judge Covington has graciously agreed to say a few words.
I didn't come prepared really to speak, and I guess it's a good thing. Ebb asked me maybe did October become my favorite month. Every month is my favorite month now. And I really like October. But while I'm here, I'd like to take the opportunity really to say thank you to Ebb and all the other lawyers who gave me the opportunity over the years to serve in these courts here, the General District Court and the Circuit Court. I thoroughly enjoyed my relationship with all of the attorneys. After I retired, I had the opportunity to travel around over the state and fill in many circuits, a lot of the circuits throughout the Commonwealth, and became acquainted with many good attorneys throughout Virginia, and particularly the people who serve these courts. And that's really what I wanted to say, how fortunate we are to have people who support these courts, like the clerks, the deputy clerks, and the staff that they have. We are really lucky in that regard in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And that's not only just here, it's throughout the state. And these are people who have a good work ethic and who appreciate the work that they do, and they're not the people you'd find striking around the Capitol building in Richmond or the Henry County Courthouse. They're not that type of folks, and we are truly, the legal profession and all of us are truly indebted to these people. So I thank you very much, Gail, for the opportunity.
But it was always a great honor and privilege to work with you. Always a great pleasure to have you in my court, and couldn't have a nicer guy.
Ebb's and Gail's pastor, and what a joy and honor it was to be here today. And certainly after the presentation today, I know again for certain that had he not become a lawyer, with that gift of gab, he could have certainly been a pastor. But I want to thank the family for including me in this special day.
Ebb was always very helpful with the young attorneys, and he was particularly kind to me when I started my own practice. And
Tell the story about the fact that all the A law students make the professors, and the B law students make the judges, and the C law students make the money. Ebb falls into a couple of those categories. He's been both the money maker and the judge and an excellent lawyer and a professor. So we've covered all three professions, and we've appreciated the service that he's rendered to the local bar, and wish him well.
I was telling Dad as we were coming in, we can always count on you. You're always there. You always show up when we need you. We love you and just so proud of you. Well deserved.
A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Ever and ever and ever.